Hello everyone, it's Lindsay, and today I'm back with another unboxing for you guys. I have the newest release from Creative Retreat Kits. This is for the month of June, and this is Sufficient Grace. I have the Faith Art box as well as the Printables here that we will walk through. If you want to see how I use this kit throughout the month, be sure to be following over or subscribed over at the Creative Retreat YouTube channel. I do 2 videos a month over there, as well as some of the other gals from the team. So there's lots of inspiration over on that channel. So let's dive in and take a look at this kit, you guys. This one couldn't be any more me. Love the colors, the florals, but more than that, the devotional content is spot on for me. So this is Sufficient Grace by Rebecca Fairs. And she has us focusing on 2 Corinthians 12:9. And we're talking about our weaknesses. She shares a story of chronic illness that she's had, and boy, can I resonate with that. I think it's kind of funny that as I'm filming this, my fingers are purple. That's one of the many autoimmune type things that I have going on. And I had a stroke in 2016. And so I kind of have gone the whole wave of feeling sorry for myself and why me, why God, why, and then coming around to, okay, this is what he's given me, and how am I going to walk through this? And she kind of shares about that. And so she has 2 Corinthians 12:9 said, "But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me." So many times we want to, put our big girl underwear on and power through the day and, just make things better on our own. And that's not always the case. We need to rely on God, lean into him. And for whatever reason, sometimes he miraculously heals people and other people don't get healed in this lifetime. And we won't know that. We may never understand that. And so I know for me personally, I have come to terms with that. Yes, we continue to pray. I have a giant group of people that pray for me constantly, that I would be healed of the various things that I have going on since my stroke. But I've also, settled in and just accept that might not be the case. And so I try to serve him in whatever way I can in this current body. And as she talks about Paul and the thorn in his flesh that he refers to, we never fully understand through scripture what that particular thorn is, whether it's a spiritual or physical, thing that he's got going on. But, he prays for it to be removed, but then he comes to terms with, it's not going to be removed. And so my weakness is an opportunity for God to show up and do big things. I'm able to do what I'm able to do today because of God, not because of anything that I do. Yes, I try to eat healthy, work out, take my supplements, things like that. But ultimately, none of that really does much. It comes down to the strength of God. And sometimes he wants me just to rest. And in that resting, I can pray. And that may not be the same as going out to a soup kitchen or, working at a church or something like that. But prayer is just as important. And so if you are in that season where you are, spending a lot of time in bed sick, I think that this would be a really good devotional for you. But even if you're not, I think we all go through seasons of difficulty and weakness. And so we can kind of resonate with that. So again, she's got that focus verse in 2 Corinthians, but she does also have a variety of verses for us to work through. And then some reflection questions. List some examples in scripture where God accomplished remarkable work in the context of weakness. Again and again and again, we see examples of people in the Bible who were weak and God still used them. God was able to use their weakness to either, illustrate a lesson or to grow them in their own faith. And so we can kind of study into that. Name and pray over specific thorn in your flesh. How can you reframe this thorn as a gift from God? How have you already seen God working in your life through your own weakness? And then journal a prayer of thanks for the heaps of grace you've received in Jesus Christ. And that's really what it comes down to. is the grace that we have received from Jesus. And so I am excited to work through this devotional content. Now, I have the physical kit here, but you can get this devotional as a digital download. So if you, aren't wanting the physical product, or you live overseas, something like that, you can get the digital version of this and then work through the devotional content. And you guys, it is so, so pretty for summer. I love the color palette as we transition from, the serious topic of the devotional content, and we have all of the fun summer color here. You will notice that there are going to be a few kits and releases and things in just the paper crafting world that have a similar color palette. So I get excited when I see this, because then you can kind of mix and match, incorporate it maybe into some other projects that you're working on. And so this is just a really fun palette. I know this because I worked with this palette for one of the other projects I worked on for Retro Hit magazine that will be coming out. And so it kind of ties in. I was really excited to see the colors. So as we look at the physical kit, you get 3 sheets of cardstock stickers. You get 2 sheets of alphas and numbers. This does also have some like symbols and punctuation in there. These are little circles. You've got yellow on pink and then white on green. And then we have the shape stickers. So you have the word fetty. I like the word fetty this month as this kind of like hand written look to it, and then lots of these beautiful florals in there. There is a tab. Now, if you're using the tab because it is a sticker, stickiness will be exposed when you use it as a tab. I just take a powder tool. You can also use, baby powder, arrowroot powder, something like that, and just kind of dust it on the exposed sticker area. And that will remove the stickiness so it's not grabbing a hold of dust and dirt and dog fur if you're at my house. So that is a little trick that I use. But you also have some wonky hearts in there, this Sufficient Grace piece, but really, really love the florals in there this month. And to go along with the florals, we have the 3x4 clear stamp set. Again, you've got that kind of hand lettered font there. And then this piece. So this is actually a layering stamp. So you've got the kind of leaves and greenery. And then this piece you can stamp over the top in a different color. And that's going to fill it in with the florals. So you're going to get something similar to this. It's actually the reverse of this flower there. And so then you could go in and add little center details if you wanted to, but you can also use this as a texture if you wanted to, just to create, some texture in the background. Same thing with this fun cross texture there. So really great stamp set that I think you can get a lot of use out of, and some key words that go along with the devotional content. This month you're getting a roll of washi tape, and I do like the quality of the Creative Retreat washi. If you are a washi connoisseur, you know that there are some really terrible washi tapes out there. That is not the case with this one. It is obviously nice and sticky because I'm having a hard time pulling it up there. But this is a like transparent background with florals on there in the pink, yellow, and green. I mean, just so, so pretty. Love that. And it is a repeating pattern through there. So you get a full roll of that, and then you have your little flare pin with the word week. So you could attach this to a bow clippy or the front of a Bible cover or a book bag, something like that. It's just a fun little added bonus piece in the physical kit. So there's a look at the physical kit. It does come with the devotional card there, but there are some additional digitals as well. So if you've been watching my videos over at Creative Retreat, I use a combination of both together, but I like that they have this option. Again, for those of you who are overseas and don't want to fuss with shipping, you can do the digital version of the devotional and then the digital printables. And these are nice because you can print them on whatever you want. I use cardstock. I'll link the cardstock down below, and the printer that I use. I have been using those for years, that combination, and it is my go-to for printables. These are for personal use only. Now, there are some repeat images, but there's a lot of images on here that are not in the stickers or the stamps, and so you do get a little bit of overlap, but you could very easily do both items and have plenty of things to work with. So for this month, you get 3 sheets of printables. You got this one with the cutter parts. So like I said, you've got some of those images that are like the stickers, but then you have some additional circle pieces, some labels. You have that texture there. So if you're not getting the stamp set, you could print this on clear sticker paper and then you would have that just similar to a stamp. Same thing with a washi. So you've got the washi strip here. So again, you could print that on clear sticker paper and have the washi on there. Got a little tab, some words, and of course some wonky hearts in there. This one's always fun. This is four different patterns. And so if you are a digital Bible journaler, you can use these in that. You could drop them into different shapes. If you've got cut files and things like that, make your own printables out of them. But I like to use these with dies and cut, alphas or shapes, greenery pieces, just different elements that I can incorporate into my Bible journaling as ephemera pieces, especially if you're not working with the physical kit. This is nice for that. But they also fit in the margin of a 2-inch Bible, so you could, create an entire background out of these as well. So you get 4 of those. And then this is always a favorite of mine. You get 6 3x4 journaling cards. I love using these as tip-ins or tucking into pockets for more private prayer journaling or added space for note-taking, verse writing. So you've got some that are kind of standalone pieces, don't really need much embellishment. And then you've got a few that have some extra space for journaling. You could add some stamping or stickers on there if you wanted to. You could create like a little mini book out of them to work through the questions. I actually work through the questions in my growth journal. You'll see that over on the Creative Retreat channel, but you could incorporate these into that as well. I've done that when I need a little bit of extra space. So that is a look at the faith-filled digitals for this month and the entire release for Sufficient Grace. I will have everything linked down below. If you go over to the shop, she'll also have the coordinating Creative Retreat ink colors. These are really nice because they are pigment inks. So I've tried them in a variety of Bibles. They don't seem to bleed through. They kind of sit on top of the paper, and they are waterproof once heat set. So you can use them with watercolors, which are nice. So if you're wanting to kind of build up a stash of inks for Bible journaling, these are great. And like I said, she kind of pulls together the ones that specifically match this kit, as well as some other alpha stickers and some other things in the shop that might coordinate with this release. So you can find that link down below in the description box. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave those down below for me. Give this video a thumbs up if you are excited for this release. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.